Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's topic is how to develop a market strategy, and we're going to be discussing about this topic using the Indian automotive example. And within the Indian automotive market, we are going to be discussing about how one can launch connected car services within India's large market potential. So let's begin. The key approach to our discussion today is what is known in marketing theory as STP. This is the core of market strategy. S stands for segmenting, T stands for targeting, and P stands for positioning. So, as you can notice that these three action elements are in that particular sequential order. S, segment the market. T, target the market segment. 3, position in that particular market segment. Whether we are speaking about a overall country market entry strategy, or we are speaking about a particular product strategy with reference to the market, or we are speaking about services strategy with reference to a particular market, the core approach is universally applicable. So, with reference to the India automotive example for connected car services, let's try to understand how we can develop a market strategy. So, there are three key questions that one must ask. In order to get to the first step, which is identifying segments in the market, we must ask what is the current market structure. Let me repeat. In order to identify the market segments, we must ask what is the current market structure. So, that is the first question. The second question is targeting a particular market segment. And in order to get an answer or to seek an answer on targeting, we ask, where do I enter? Within the market structure and the segments therein, where do I enter with my product or service or brand? And lastly, in order to understand or seek an answer for positioning my product, my brand or my company or my service, how do I enter? The key question is, how do I enter? So, segmenting, targeting, positioning. Now, let's take a simple example. So, I have drawn out here a pyramid, and this pyramid had two important dimensions. So, as you can see on the horizontal axis, the size of the base indicates the market volume of a particular segment. And on the vertical axis, the y-axis, we can evaluate or estimate the market value of each of that segment. And in order to arrive at the market value, we need, for the purpose of segmentation, what I call as PUP, price, unit, and positioning. Price, unit, price per unit, and positioning, PUP. So based on price per unit and market perception / positioning, I have identified, for the purpose of discussion, the following segments, starting with 0 to 300,000 Indian rupee category, the small car segment. This is a segment which has the largest market volume and therefore the largest market value. And here the perception is extremely functional and people are looking to upgrade their two-wheeler into their first family car. So that is a small car segment. One level above, from 300,000 to 1.5 million Indian rupee category, is the compact sedan and SUV variants. So this car is something that the entire family would like to own so that they can travel not only inside the city, not only for city commute, but also for intercity travel across India. So the compact sedan and SUV are bought by the affluent middle class people of India. And typically this could be, of course it could be the first car, but it could also be the second or the third car in the family. And then from the 15 to 30 lakh category is the premium sedan or SUV category. And in this particular market segment, people are looking for comfort, safety, and a good amount of space to travel with the entire family, the luggage, and perhaps even a pet. And the perception of people in the premium segment is highly brand oriented, and they are looking for a whole wide range of features. And as we move up from 3 million Indian rupees to 7.5 million Indian rupees, the luxury sedan and the SUV segment, where the top CXOs and leaders from the corporate world, the politicians, very successful doctors, healthcare professionals, bankers, all of the rich Indians own a luxury sedan or a SUV, and typically brand conscious and comes with everything OEM built in. There's very little scope for retrofitment in the aftermarket. And then above 7.5 million or 75 lakhs, as we say in India, is the ultra luxury sedan and SUV, which is the super premium class. And this is for the industrialists and business owners and the millionaires and billionaires, and they can have multiple of that. And again, that is completely equipped, no scope for aftermarket accessories of any kind. So if this is the market structure where I've considered price per unit and perception, so let us start answering these questions using the segmenting, targeting, positioning approach. The first question to ask is, What is the market structure? Well, we have laid it out over here. This is the market structure, a very simplistic one, but for the sake of today's discussion, this will suffice. Second, target. Where do I enter? So, in order to decide where one should enter, one should look at the market volume in order to make sure the business is scalable, and look at the market value, and look at what is the price per unit of the car, and what is the perceived value of the car, and what are the functional elements. So one needs to get into further level of detailing on the target audience. What is the persona of the person in each of the market segment? What is the typical consumer behavior and a typical consumer persona in each of these segments? We need to illustrate that, understand that. And then we consider what is the connected car service that we want to provide or we want to enable. Now, some of the answers may straight away jump at us, because if you look at the clarity in the market structure, it becomes quite clear that at the top of the pyramid, the luxury, ultra luxury sedan and the luxury sedan and SUV at the top end, there is very little scope for aftermarket fitment or non-OEM based connected services. Therefore, if you want to launch connected services in the Indian market in the retrofit aftermarket, then there are three possible segments: small car, compact sedan and SUV, premium sedan and SUV. Of course, here we have not taken a look at the commercial vehicle space. That is a completely different analysis, perhaps in another session. So, if we pick the small car segment, the compact sedan segment and the premium sedan segment, we will have the maximum possible scale in India for connected car services in the retrofit market. And the awareness of connectivity and telematics of personal automobiles is only increasing by the hour. Thanks to the pandemic, people definitely want to keep track of where they are and how they are using their automobile, and also to track and tell exactly where they have been in terms of geographic movement, mobility, making it a smart mobility solution. So, the last question is positioning. How do I enter? So, in order to answer this question, one must understand deeply about Indian culture. So, Indians are highly value conscious. They may have the money, but it does not mean that they will spend it. And there is a very deep functional aspect of the Indian psyche and Indian consumer behavior. People are looking for as much value and as much functionality with the least possible money that they have to part in order to acquire that. Therefore, anything that is smartphone based, anything that can work well with their existing smartphone solution and is easy to retrofit in their vehicle would be a good choice of a market to pick. So, we can, having identified the segments, pick a target segment. In this case, we can pick 3 target segments with reference to connected car services, which are very complementary to each other, the market segments, because the connected car service is horizontal. And by understanding the persona in each segment, we have to target the marketing communications and brand communications to design the connected car services accordingly. So we can offer basic connected car service for the small car, a mid-level package for the compact sedan or SUV, and a premium package for the premium sedan and SUV. So this gives us a very clear yet simple structure to initiate the process of strategizing and entering the Indian market. Time is ripe to enter the India connected car services market. I hope this example of STP methodology on how to develop a market strategy was clear. Thank you.